Howdy. I was struggling to decide what thing to make a video about, but let's stay with earthquakes. We had the quakes some days ago here in the Baltic Sea, and maybe someone remembers when I was talking about some structures which are somewhere here which are not visible since we don't see anything which is at the bottom of the sea. On these kind of maps, I showed also this other map I found. And I remembered I made once a video where I used some article or something, which was very interesting. And it's somewhere here. And I think I found it again, this older article. Just compare how you can see things here on the seafloor and how they can see things on the seafloor. And I found another one. There's like actually two articles, and basically I just want to show you the pictures and maybe read some of it. That's the first one. Europe Planet Society. Studies of crater capital in the Baltics show impactful history. European Planetary Science Congress 2017 press notice. Studies of crater capital in the Baltic Sea show impactful histories. Yeah, that's a rather long text. And let's have just a glimpse of that. Ilometsä are a pair of small craters in Bolval country, Estonia, that have recently been studied by a team led by Dr. Anna Loziak, a young researcher at the Polish Academy of Sciences in Warsaw. The two craters are known locally as Hell's Grave and the Devil's Grave, the biggest of the two being up to 80 meters in diameter at its widest point and 12.5 meters deep. The study defined precisely the age of the two structures using a new technique. And they were formed between 7,170 and 7,000 years ago, which brings us back to the sun cycles. Other kinds of meteorites, such as stony ones, produce impact craters only in very rare cases, as they usually blow up in the atmosphere, like the recent Chelyabinsk meteor. However, there are exceptions, and Ilometsä could have been formed by stony meteorites, not leaving any trace of a meteorite after thousands of years of weathering. Or it was a lightning bolt, which is probably the case. Electric volcanoes and such. So here's a crater, and we are still on land. And just wait, now it gets interesting. And I was talking about the Neugrund, I couldn't remember the name of it. Neugrund structure. And now, let's go just quickly back to this map. And we are somewhere here, I guess. I think. Look at the seafloor. If you zoom in, you see less. Okay? Check it out what they see. Ta-da! And even here is some, I don't know, pixelation going on. Probably. Because this area is very sharp, where we have strong pixelation going on here. That's a very interesting structure. With these spikes behind it and this very sharply cutted, whatever ridge or you want to call it. The seabed relief of the Neugrund crater area. That's quite a structure. And if it's an electrical volcano, it might be growing. Osmusar Island. The seabed relief of Northern Crater, that's of Osmusar Island. Here's the Osmusar Island. Should we try to find it? Yeah, maybe we have to. Yeah, that's a way to spend. Osmusar, check it out. I was just going to say, like, that's a way to spend your time searching for some little island, but I already found it. Osmusar. Yeah, I told you it's in that region approximately. So, back to here. If that's the island here on the left, that structure is just beside it. Nothing visible. Absolutely nothing. Maybe that's the thing. Neugrund. I don't know. Despite not seeing too much, but this looks interesting. But there is another article as well. But first we check this out. Is there any more pictures? Science contacts. Check it out. Maybe I should write her. Let's see what she says. If anything, probably there will be silence, but I don't know. Let's see if I have time to. Making science out of science. So now let's check out the other paper. So that's another page I found. Marine Finland. Suomen toimintaohjelma. EU. English. The geologically diverse Baltic Sea. And I think I made about this also videos already. I used that same article, but since there aren't too many. Archipelago areas within crystalline rocks have been identified as geodiversity hotspots. What a picture. But there is more to the story. Here is some geological aging geodiversity index. Billions and billions and billions of years. But there are, I think, somewhere down here, here's the same. And if you watch that from electro-geological point of view, you probably could recognize tetrahedrons here. Tetrahedrons here, here, and here. And that round structure, Andrew Hall used that in a video. So I made once picture, so let me search for it. Maybe I find it, maybe not. But let's see, is there anything else interesting? Retching substances, seafloor construction process. Seafloor construction process. Exposed contaminated sediments. Yes. Gas pipelines and stuff. Satellite imagery showing the fine sediment transport to the Gulf of Finland during major construction work in the Gulf of Neva. St. Petersburg, which has almost constantaneously SO2 emissions, for reasons I still try to figure out. But where is it? Here. Found it. Didn't took too long. Well, anyway, the upper picture is from some Thunderbolts video with Andrew Hall. I think I put a link below to the whole playlist. If you come across this picture. I don't remember which video it was. But I would say this has some kind of similarities. And on top we have mountains, and here on the lower end we have flat country. Does it mean that it was blowing from straight on top down to the ground? That's why we have these structures in the sea, in the Baltic Sea. And this mount could be, if it's made electrical, which is quite likely the case. Just imagine the thunderbolt coming down here. If that's the crust, and here is maybe magma and water and all kinds of things, it will eventually burn through and leave a hole. And after some time, they will probably start to rise water or whatever stuff back up to the surface, which makes the structure probably grow. Maybe that's why it got the rings. Hence, it would be some kind of a mud volcano, which could be still active. But since no one knows about these, or doesn't expect or can't wrap their head around, because if there's a meteorite impact crater, it doesn't just explode after a few thousand years again, because it doesn't work like that. But if this has been a deep enough penetration through electromagnetic discharge events, there could be still some kind of a connection be there, like to things below. I think this is fascinating. There are so many correlations between those two pictures. And since I'm on my collage page, this is that's a lake in Spain somewhere. And on the right we have a random dragon, what you find on googling dragon. It looks very interestingly quite similar. And I've been wondering all my life, what is up with the holy tiger? Why is it holy? What's the thing about? And I was watching La Palma eruption, and my little boy, just like, 2 weeks old or something, he was wearing this kind of tiger suit. And then I suddenly realized what's up with the tiger. I think the stripes of the tiger, this orange, reddish with the black, is associated with lava streams. That's why the tiger is such a thing in culture. And where they live, there are many volcanoes. So, I think this could be possible. I don't know. Maybe someone knows better. But for me, it would be somehow evident why the tiger is such a thing. It's depicted on many ancient drawings and wherever. But anyway, I think I leave it here. I don't know where I started up. But it was about the maps and what we can see and what they can see. And what else we would see if we could see what they can see in the Baltic Sea and other places. This was almost a rhyme, accidentally. Anyway, I'll leave it here. Thanks. Bye.